The wind whispers through the hills, carrying voices from another time. You can almost hear them, the laughter, the heartbreak, the vows that defied centuries. Every stone, every shadow in these highlands remembers their love. It's not just a story, it's a heartbeat that never stopped. It's a promise that time could never silence. Asterisk, the camera drifts across the misty Scottish Highlands at dawn. The world is quiet, painted in shades of silver and blue. A soft breeze moves through, the grass brushing against the ancient standing stones. Each one glows faintly under the morning light, as if alive, as if they've seen it all before. A single clock tick echoes in the distance, slow and steady. The sound feels out of place here, too modern, too human, but it reminds us that time is not still. It moves, it bends, it loops. Just like the lives that are forever caught within it. The faint sound of Annie Lennox's voice rises in the background. Her tone soft, ghostly, like a memory carried by the wind. Her song weaves through the silence, wrapping the land in emotion. The music doesn't just play, it breathes, echoing the story of Claire and Jamie. It's two souls forever reaching across time. The scene shifts to a single feather drifting through the air. It passes over rivers, forests, and old ruins, symbols of life's fragile beauty. As the feather lands near the stones, we hear a faint whisper. In every heartbeat, a century echoes. We move closer to the stones. The camera tilts upward, showing the sky changing, night turning into day, then back again. It's as if years are passing in seconds. The light flickers, and through it we catch glimpses of faces, faint, fading, returning. A woman's hand touches the stone. For a moment, time stands still. The air hums with energy. The world holds its breath. Then a spark of light bursts from the surface, golden, warm, full of life. It's the same light that once pulled Claire through time, binding her to her destiny. The narration continues softly. Time is not an enemy. It's a mirror. It reflects every choice, every love, every loss. And when the echoes return, they carry the truth we thought we'd forgotten. As the words fade, the music grows, a slow rising blend of strings and vocals. The stones shimmer again, and suddenly the landscape feels alive, like history itself is waking up. The camera pans wide across the valley. Mist curls through the hills, sunlight breaks the clouds. The title text appears faintly in the distance. Outlander carved by time itself. The voice concludes, "In every shadow, a memory sleeps. In every sunrise, a story begins again." The screen fades to black as the opening melody swells, carrying us into the next sequence. The faces of fate, asterisk, the mist begins to lift. The light of dawn spreads slowly over the land, revealing faces that time could never erase. Their eyes tell stories of battles fought, promises kept, and hearts torn between two worlds. The camera moves through the fog, finding Claire Fraser first. She stands near a quiet stream, the reflection of the sky dancing in the water. Her expression is calm, but her eyes hold a storm. She touches her wedding ring gently, the symbol of a love that defied centuries. A soft voice whispers through. The wind love-bound them through time. Cut to Jamie Fraser. He walks through the remains of an old battlefield. Ashes drift in the air like snow. Steps are heavy, his face marked by loss and strength. The camera follows the movement of his hand, rough, scarred, gripping the hilt of his sword. But when he looks toward the horizon, his eyes soften. Because even across time, he still feels her, the woman who changed his fate. Annie Lennox's voice grows stronger now, filled with quiet power. The melody rises like a memory that refuses to fade. The rhythm of drums joins in, soft at first, then steady, echoing the heartbeat of destiny itself. The scene shifts again. Brianna stands by a window, light falling over her face. She holds a letter in her hands, edges worn with age. It's her mother's handwriting. Her eyes glisten as she reads, and the camera slowly zooms out, revealing her reflection in the glass. The same eyes as Claire's, the same fire. The narration returns. Some inherit land, others inherit legends. But Brianna inherited both the courage to face time itself and the heart to keep fighting for those she loves. We move to Roger, standing in an open field where the wind roars through tall grass. He looks to the sky, a man torn between faith and the unknown. His hand rests on an old compass, spinning, trembling, never still. The voiceover continues. War tested their souls. Faith tested their hearts. Destiny. Destiny never let them go. The visuals quicken. A candle flickers beside medical tools. A sword clashes in the rain. A child's laughter fades into the sound of thunder. The past and present collide in flashes, short, haunting, and full of life as the music swells. We see all four, Claire, Jamie, Brianna, and Roger, each framed by light and shadow. The camera moves between them as if time itself is watching. Their faces fade one by one into the mist, leaving behind only echoes, the sound of Lennox's voice repeating softly, "Love never leaves. It only transforms." The narration closes this chapter. In every life, fate wears a different face. But love is always the same. The screen fades to black again. The music quiets, holding one last note before fading into silence. Then, a single line appears. Outlander. The story continues beyond time, beyond destiny. Asterisk, the screen opens with the sound of wind, soft but restless, moving across the highlands like a whisper from the past. The camera drifts over a spinning wheel, turning slowly in the golden light of morning. The threads twist and stretch, thin but unbroken, glowing against the sun dot as the wheel turns. The scene fades, the thread transforms into a trail of smoke, rising from a distant battlefield. The colors shift from gold to gray, the calm replaced by chaos. Soldiers move through the mist, their footsteps heavy, their faces hidden by shadows. The clash of metal echoes faintly, blending with the haunting voice of Annie Lennox. Her melody floats between sorrow and strength, like a memory that refuses to die. The narration begins. Time does not divide us. It connects us in ways we cannot see, through moments we cannot hold. Every thread is a bridge between what was, what will be. The camera pans across the battlefield. In the distance, a single figure moves through the smoke, Jamie. His eyes search the horizon, but it's not for an enemy. It's for her. It's for the woman who once crossed centuries to find him. The shot slows as he closes his hand around a small piece of cloth, torn, familiar. Precious dot cut to Claire standing in her medical tent, surrounded by tools and fading candlelight. Her hands tremble as she sews a wound, her face lit by the flicker of flame. She pauses for a moment, looks toward the candle, and whispers something we can't hear. The thread in her needle glows faintly. It's the same golden color we saw before, the same thread that ties her heart to Jamie's, though music softens. The camera glides through time again. Letters fall through the air, crossing decades as they land in Brianna's hands. Ink fades into waves, waves into stars, and stars into morning light. The narration continues, steady and heartfelt, too. Worlds centuries apart, yet bound by the same pulse, the same promise. What one heart begins, the other will finish. A slow montage follows. Claire looking through a window where the reflection shows the 18th century instead of her own. Time. Brianna building something by lamplight, the hum of machinery merging with the sound of the ocean. Roger standing near a church bell, the wind moving through his hair as if carrying a message only he can hear. The melody builds again, gentle drums, soft violins, and Lennox's voice soaring through the air. The voice over deepens. Every choice leaves a mark. Every moment we live becomes a whisper in someone else's life. We may be separated by time, but we are never truly apart. The visuals begin to merge, past and present flowing into each other like colors in water. The spinning wheel returns, turning once more. But now the thread runs through everything, the stones, the faces, the battles. The stars dot, it glows brighter until the entire screen is filled with light. The voice softens, almost a whisper now. These are the threads of two worlds, woven by love, unbroken by time. The light fades slowly, revealing the faint outline of the standing stones once again. The world is quiet. The music drifts away, leaving only the echo of Lennox's final note. Asterisk, the calm is gone. The wind turns fierce and the sky grows heavy with storm clouds. The camera pans across the highlands where thunder rolls through the valleys like the voice of time itself. Every drop of rain feels like a heartbeat, quick, alive, unstoppable. A spark lights the darkness, fire bursting from a torch. It burns bright, wild, untamed. The flames reflect in Jamie's eyes as he stands before a gathering storm. His voice is silent, but his face tells the truth. He's been through this before. And yet the fight feels new every time. The narration begins. There comes a moment when love must stand against fate. When the fire inside burns louder than the fear around us. The music builds. Annie Lennox's voice hums softly, joined by deep drums that sound like thunder echoing through the heart. Cut to Claire, her hands covered in mud and rain, rushing through a dark forest. She's searching for something, or someone. Her breath is fast, her heart louder than the storm. Lightning flashes across her face, revealing both strength and sorrow. She stops for a moment, staring up at the sky, and whispers, "Please, let him be safe." Cut to Jamie and Claire standing apart, rain falling between them. Their eyes meet through the storm. No words are spoken, but their faces say it all. They've been through loss, war, and time itself. And yet, here they are again, facing another storm. The fire from the hearth flashes to the battlefield, flames leaping as banners tear in the wind. The sound of drums rises again, faster now. Lennox's voice echoes above it all, haunting and powerful. Time can't silence love. The narration continues as the storm reaches its height. In the darkest hour, when all seems lost, the heart remembers. It burns, it fights, it survives. Because love, true love, is not meant to fade. It is meant to endure. The screen flashes with fire and rain, blending until the world feels like it's breaking apart. But through it all, one image remains. Two hands reaching for each other in the chaos. Asterisk, the storm fades. The sky opens to calm light once more. Soft, golden, eternal. The highlands stretch far into the distance, quiet and endless. As if the earth itself has taken a deep breath, a single drop of rain falls from a leaf and lands on the ground. The camera follows it as it ripples across a puddle, creating small circles that grow wider and wider until they become the rings of time itself. The past, the present, the future. All touching, all alive. Annie Lennox's voice returns, calm now, graceful, filled with ache and beauty. Her tone feels like a memory saying goodbye. The melody is simple, almost fragile, but every note carries the weight of everything that came before. The narration begins softly. Every journey must find its ending, and every ending leads back to where it began. The camera moves through time one last time, flashes of moments we've seen and loved. Claire's hand reaching for the stone. Jamie's smile through sunlight. Brianna holding her child. Roger's voice carried on the wind. Each image fades like the turning of pages. Memories written in light. The scene shifts to Claire and Jamie standing on a hill at sunset. The wind moves through the grass. They're older now, wiser, quieter, yet their eyes shine with the same fire that brought them together. They don't speak. They don't need to. The look they share says everything. Love that outlasted time, loss, and fate itself. The music swells gently. A choir joins Lennox's voice, soft and heavenly, echoing across the sky. The narration deepens through war and peace, through centuries and silence. Their hearts never stopped beating. Together. This is not an ending. It's the echo of forever. The camera rises into the sky. The highlands spread below, glowing under the last light of day. The standing stones shimmer faintly, the same golden light from the very beginning. For a heartbeat, they seem alive again. A whisper drifts through the air. Come back to me. The stones pulse once with light. The wind stirs. For a moment, time bends past and present, folding into one. We see every era flash in an instant. The 18th century, the modern day, and something beyond both. Timeless, peaceful, whole. The voiceover continues, soft and final. Love is the thread that binds all worlds. It does not fade, does not break. It travels through time, through memory, through the soul. The screen begins to fade to black. The final notes of the song linger, echoing like a heartbeat. Then, in silence, the words appear in white text. Asterisk, the world is still. The storm has passed, and all that remains is silence, the kind that holds peace instead of fear. The camera glides slowly across the highlands at dusk. The sky is painted in soft shades of rose and gold, clouds glowing like embers dying into night. Every blade of grass sways gently, as if the earth itself remembers what came before. A single parchment map rests on a wooden table, edges torn, ink fading with age. A hand trembling, familiar reaches out and unfolds it. As the map opens, a single tear falls, landing right on the place where it all began, Lelybrock. The drop spreads across the paper, and for a moment, it looks like the map is alive, breathing history. Annie Lennox's voice returns one last time, soft, distant, filled with warmth and memory. Her words float like light across the land. The melody is faint, almost like a lullaby. The narration begins calm and reflective. Every story leaves something behind, not in stone or song, but in the hearts that remember. The camera moves through familiar places, the ruins, the stones, the hills, each one bathed in twilight. Ghosts of laughter echo faintly in the air. Jamie and Claire dancing, their shadows moving across the grass. The moment fades as quickly as it appears. But the feeling stays, love lingering beyond time. Cut to Brianna, standing by the window of her home, the wind moving through her hair. Her child plays nearby, laughter echoing softly. She looks toward the horizon where the hills meet the sky and smiles. A smile that carries her parents' courage, their fire, their faith. The voiceover continues. Her story became legend. Their love became truth. And through their blood, their promise lives on. The camera pans outward, wide and endless. The highlands stretch into forever. The setting sun melts into the ocean, painting the sky with colors that feel eternal. The sound of a heartbeat echoes once, slow, steady, peaceful. The music swells gently. A light wind stirs across the stones. The glow returns, not fierce this time, but soft, like a soul saying goodbye. The stones hum quietly, their power at rest, their purpose complete. The narration softens to a final whisper. Time may move forward, but love leaves a trail behind. A legacy of hearts bound across centuries. The camera slowly rises above the hills. The entire valley is bathed in gold, as if the world itself is blessing what came before. The final note of Lennox's song fades into silence, replaced by the soft sound of the wind. Text appears across the screen in delicate white letters. Outlander, the legacy lives on. Asterisk, the world turns quiet once more. The sky fades to deep indigo, stars flickering over the highlands like tiny sparks of memory. The land feels alive, not in noise or motion, but in the silence between. Every hill, every river, every stone holds the sound of what came before, a whisper, a promise, a love that refused to die. A soft hum fills the air, Annie Lennox's voice, now only a faint echo. Her final note drifts like a prayer through the night, graceful and endless. The camera glides above the landscape, tracing the rivers that shine like threads of silver weaving through the dark. The narration begins low, calm, almost like a heartbeat. Time moves on. Seasons fade, faces change. But the echoes remain quiet reminders that love once lived here. The scene shifts slowly. The standing stones come into view one last time, bathed in pale moonlight. Mist gathers around them, swirling like breath for a moment. One stone glows softly, pulsing with golden light, the same light that began the story. Then, just as gently, it fades. We see fragments of the past, a hand reaching, a smile, a tear, a final embrace. They appear like dreams, fleeting and beautiful. The music rises only to fall again into silence. Leaving behind the sound of the wind, the narration continues. Love is not bound by time. It is time. It travels through us, lives within us, and when our story ends, it begins again in another heart, another life, another century. The visuals slow, stars reflect on water, waves roll against the shore, and a single candle burns inside a window. The flame dances softly, then steadies. Strong, calm, alive, the camera pulls back. The cottage becomes a small light in the vast darkness of the valley. The wind carries the faint echo of a woman's voice. I'll find you. The words ripple through the night, becoming part of the wind, the stars, the stones. And then silence.